Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our employees management system. So I'm going to sign in. So on the previous video, we've been actually updating the UI, the look and feel of our application. So if you check on the dashboard, you have the employees, we have the holidays, we have the leave adjustments, you have the leave balances, the leave periods, the leave types, the leave applications. You also have the system users. We have the system roles, system profiles, the audit trails. We also have the approval entries, the workflow user group, the approval user matrix, designation, departments, banks, countries, towns, cities, and system code details. So we've been actually doing the updates, adding new sections, having the icons. So if we come, so on our previous video, we actually ended it under system audit logs. So here we were able to see that you can be able to see the user, the audit type, the new values in terms of JSON, the old values and the affected columns, and even the primary key. So you can actually adjust how this is displayed. So if you want to do that, you go to our model, which is audit trail. Then we can actually say here, you can do display name. So I'll just do this, sorry. I'll do display name. Then we can do here. So this will be username. So we'll have username here. So let me zoom. So we'll have username. Then you can do the same for audit type. I'll say this is audit type. Then we'll also have table name here. So this is table name. We'll also have the date and time. So you can call this maybe timestamp. Then we can also have the old values. Then we can also have new values here. So we'll have these as new values. Then we can do affected columns. You can say these affected columns. Then as we do that, then you can say this is primary key. Primary key. So this is actually what will be displayed in our application. So if we relaunch our app, we should now be able to have these values. So this will be time. So this will be timestamp. So let me just cancel. So if you're following this series and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below, and you can actually suggest some of the episodes and that you'll want to see, and some of the features that you'll want to see in our application. So if we just sign in, then we will be having, so if you go to audit logs and click view, you see this is what now displays on our app. So you should be able to see that. Then I think that's okay. So we move to the next module under system profiles. So here we are going to have, you see we have the view. Do you even need the view? We just need the edit and these others. So let's change the UI. So we are going to have under index, we're going to borrow this option here. Then we'll have so that is system profiles. So we'll have it under system profiles index. Then under create, you're going to have this new fee card here. Then we say add new profile. So this profile will define our roles. So we'll be using this to define our system roles and actually manage some of the areas that you need to access. So I'll do that. Then you can call these system profiles. So after that, if we just click update or reload, we should be able to move this to here. So you see, this is where it has moved. then we need to change this. We don't need to delete the system profiles. So we can remove the delete and just add the edit. So I'll just come to index, and we can actually we can use the previous sections that we had done. So I'll come here and copy this. Then I'll have my system profiles under index. I'll use this here. Then once I do that, I can just have the edit. So if you update, you should see the edit button alone. So you can see this is how it has it appears. So the created by, we don't have the user ID, the username. I don't know why, so we need to check on that. So if you go to system profiles and index, what do we need to do here? We actually, so here I'll say profiles. So I'll just do your profiles. Then we can do here await. Then we need to have the include. Then I'll also do to list async. Then we can close this. Then we'll also need to have this here. Then as we do that, we can also include now the users. So we need to have the user who is actually who created that particular. So I'll just do s.user. So do we have the user created by actually? So we'll do here created by. So once we have that, then if we go to our profiles under index, we can now say created by then the full name. So let's relaunch and see. So if we relaunch, we should now be able to see the full name of the user who created that particular record. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below, and in case you need the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. So I'll just go to security under profiles. Then if you see we have our full name now. So this is our full name, and you can add. So this is how it looks like. So you can add, and you can choose the profile here. So but now I want us to change this look and feel here. So let's go to create. So we can borrow from what we've been doing. So I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this, and we need to have our, so let's just go to create. Then under create, we can add these two buttons here. So I'll just copy this here. Then we'll be having register. So I'll call this register profile. Then I'll remove this. Then if I remove this and update our app, we should see these buttons moving to the right and also having the back to list to the left. You see, this is how it looks. Now the name, it is saying, it actually says the user. We should change that. So here we should have this as new profile. Then what we need to also change is the display names here. So if we go to definition, we can do display name. Then under display name, we can call these profile name. Then we can also have these as parent profile. So you can have the name, and it's actually a cascading thing. So you can have the name and a link to the parent. So here you can say order number. You can do here order number. Then that's okay. So let's relaunch and see. So if we relaunch this, we should be able to see this in a list. But I'll be changing this to a kind of we are going to change this to have it in a form that you can be able to select. So you can see here, if we go to profiles, I want us to check. If you go here, where is it? Under profiles, you see we have this profile name. This is the profile. If we do create, we have the profile name and the parent profile. So instead of having these options to select, so we'll be creating, so creation is okay, but when assigning users, we should be able to have a very good UI, and we'll be doing that. So let's just have here, let's do here create. So this will be the right to create the leaf types. So this is what we do. So you see it is created. So if you do that also, you can do leaf types edit. So this will be now the permission for someone to edit a leaf type. So that is what you do there. So as you can see, that is updated. So our edit form doesn't look good. So let's update that. So we are going to borrow from our create. Let's just borrow from what we have done under system codes. So I'm going to do here, I'll copy this, then go to our edit for profiles, then we'll paste this here. So if we do that, then we need to kind of close some things. So I'll update that. So let's just confirm if everything is okay. There we go. And also I'll need to borrow the buttons, that is the edits. So I'll copy this. Then back to our system profiles. So I'll paste this here, and you can say update profile. So this will be update profile. So if we update profile and update our application, so let's just see how that works. So our edit form should now, you see how it looks? Then we can change this to update profile at the title, update system profile. So if we update our app, then we are back to our, you see this is how now it looks, and you can always update that. So if we update, so you see it's not saving. So let's check why that is not updating. So if we go to system profiles, then on update, let's remove the binding. So we need to remove some things here. So if we check on our, so I'll just come to this particular section. If I say update, so do you have the ID? Yes, it has. So you go, yes, breakpoint. That's okay. That's okay. You see, it has been updated. But once it's updated, we need to actually return to index. So here we need to say return redirect action result. I can say here name of, then you can do index. You can just do index. And also once we have that, we need to have our success message. So remember some of the areas we've been adding success messages, so we need to have it across our application. So I'll just add that here. So I'll say here system profile updated successfully. So if we do that, then that's cool. So then we also need to have under create. I'll also add, I think we have it under create. You see, this is how it looks. And that's cool. So let's relaunch our app again and try to update our profile. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, do us a favor, and you can always share our videos to reach more of the audience, and also promote us by claiming the source code. So if you do that, then we have this particular, so if we edit this and say update, that's a breakpoint, let's remove it. So if we update, you see this is our message and we have it there. You can also do another one. We see we have the, let's say system users. Let's just have something like leave periods. Our right will be create. This is the first one. And you see you're able to create. So I think that's cool for that module. Let's go to system roles. So these are the roles for that will be assigning to users. So you can see add new. So let's change this look and feel. So we are going to move to, can borrow it from the previous modules. So I'll just go here, then for the roles under index, I'll change this here. Then you can say add new role. Then that's okay. So we remove this here and we can update our app. So if we update this, we should be able to see this icon moving here. And we should now add a new role. So you can see this is cool. Then if I click add new, this is how the role looks like. So let's change also these buttons, look and feel for the buttons. So we can borrow from what we've been doing. So I'll copy this here, go to edit, then I'll update this section, and I can have this as update system role. So, or we can call this update role. So if we update or reload, then we should see the role name. This is not, where was it? Is this create, or yes, that's create. So you can also do the, can also move this to create. So I'll also do here, you can call this register role. Register role. So if I format our app and reload, then we should see the save button going to this end. So you see, then I should now be able to add the new system role. So I think that's what we need to do. So the role name, let's change the display name here. So I'll just go to display name, and I'm going to do here display name. Then you can say here role name. So I think that's okay. So if I just do that, I'll launch the app. So if I launch the app, we should be able to see this role name being displayed. So let's sign in and see how this looks like. So I'll just go to roles. If we add new roles, so this is how the role name looks like. So you can say this is a DevOps engineer, and if you register, then you should see. So we don't have the success message, so we need to add the success message on our app. So I'll just go to the app here, and as you can see here, I'll have this is add new role. So if we have that, then we can go to the controller, add new role. So this will be, so we have this. So role created successfully. So I don't know why this was not, so let's just do here. Let's check the success messages. I think we altered the, yes, so this should be the message. So if we go to profiles, that was under roles. So let's just go to roles, and we are going to update this here. So we can also do the same for the edit. If we do edit, then we can also have the message. So you can say role updated successfully. So you can sign in. So let's just launch. So you're going to launch that. Then we can now update our app and see how that goes along. So let's just relaunch our app, sign in. And if we do that, we come here and say, where is it, under roles? If we add, say DevOps. So let's just call this IT technician. Can do IT technician. Then if we save this, then you see we have our success message here. So then there is something we need to do under roles. So this under roles, we should be able to assign rights to roles. So let's just check under roles here. I don't know if we had actually done that. So you should have the actions to assign rights. We see here we have the user rights and also to view. So you can remove these two. We only have the assigned rights, and that should be okay. So we've been having that. So let's just check if we have that under. So I just copy this because we need to have something like this here. So I'll copy this, and you need to have it under roles. Under roles, we should be able to assign users rights. So we are going to call these actions. Then here we need to have the edit, and then we need to have the assign rights action. So we should only assign rights from the roles. So let me see here. So here I need to remove this. So I'll remove this. Then I'll also remove this. So then I can have this class. That's okay. Then we need to go. I can remove this particular section. So if I update this, then we should be able to see these actions should now be working. So let's see. So there we go. So if I click it, you see we have the edit and assign rights. But here, our icon is not working. So you need to do BI. Do you have the lock? So do you have something like that? So let's just confirm lock. So I can do here lock field. So if we update, you should be having an icon like that. So you see, this is now how it looks. So you can edit. You see, this is our role. Then if you go back to assign rights, it is taking you to this particular section. So here we'll be having now so you should be able to check all the rights that you want to assign to the application, and you can actually see some of these options. So you remember the rights that we were creating for leaf types? There we go. So if you add a new right for leaf periods, it will come here. And this is now what we meant. So we are going to have this. So let me just go back to list. And if we go back to our rights, let's just go back to roles. So if I click here, edit. So I don't know, we need to modify this page to show it is actually updating profile. So this is update role. So if we change this, here should be reading update role. And we need to ensure that when you save, you're also getting the success message. So let's just check why that is not happening. So if I just go here and try to update, we are not getting that. So what is the issue? If I do here, so that is roles edit. There is our breakpoint. So do we have the role? It exists. So if it exists, okay. So we are trying to, so this should be if it exists, come here and update the role, and that's okay. So let's relaunch. So I'm going to relaunch this so that we see how this goes along. So you're going to assign this. So let's just see. So let's sign in. So if we go to our application and roles and do here edit, update. So if the role exists, see it's updating. So there we go, and you see this is updated. And you can add another role. So if we add another role, we say this is the let's say Office Messenger. You can say Office Messenger. So if we register, you see we are able to create that, and we have our Office Messenger here. Then you should now be able to assign rights to that Office Messenger. So you can see here the actions. These are the actions that you can perform and these are the modules. You see, this is the module, and you have the sub module, and you have the actions. So these are some of the things that we need to check. So let's just update the buttons here. So we are going to so let's use some of the buttons that we have for here. For example, I'm going to do that. Then for the roles, so where do we get this? So here you can actually use the navigation here to see the URL of where the module is. So that's under profiles, then user rights. So you have the profiles, then user rights. So here I'll add this particular button here, section. Then here we can call these assign rights. We can call these assign rights. Then we can have the back to list. That's okay. So if I remove this and format our app, we should be able to see these buttons moving to the right side. And you can see this is how our app looks like. So you can now assign rights to the modules. So, but you see this, if the modules are many, we are going to have a very long list. So we are going to change how this UI looks like. So I think for those who are following this series, consider subscribing, like the video, and comment down below. So I'm going to leave it there for today and see you in our next episode. Bye.